It promised to build your app with a single click. No coders, no engineers, just an artificial intelligence named Natasha. Microsoft backed it. Investors poured in nearly $500 million. It became a unicorn worth around $1.5 billion. There was just one problem. Behind Natasha were reportedly hundreds of human beings. This is the story of Builder.ai, the fake AI that fooled the smartest money in the world. And in the end, it would take the FBI to start pulling the curtain back. Builder.ai's promise landed with a single, irresistible line: build an app as easy as ordering pizza. The company's ads showed a chat window, a digital assistant named Natasha ready to take your order. No code, no engineers, just a few clicks, a few questions, and your software would arrive, hot, fresh, and tailored to your needs. Founder, Sachin Devdugal, called Natasha the world's first AI product manager. In one pitch, he said, "Natasha is your constant companion, everywhere you need her." By 2019, the brand dropped its old name, Engineer.ai, and relaunched as Builder.ai, leaning into the fantasy that anyone could create software as easily as choosing toppings. Investors listened. The stakes were set. Money poured in. Over $450 million were raised in just a few years. The pitch was irresistible. So irresistible that Microsoft, SoftBank, and the Qatar Investment Authority all wanted their logos stamped on the dream. Press releases announced new rounds, each one pushing Builder.ai's valuation higher, until it hovered near $1.5 billion. In the middle of a worldwide AI investment frenzy, credibility seemed to come by association. Microsoft's name especially sent a signal. This was no ordinary startup. With every headline and every new check, the company built a cushion thick enough to muffle any early doubts. In July 2019, the Wall Street Journal published an investigation that cut through the marketing fog. Reporters found that Builder.ai's so-called AI was powered by hundreds of human engineers, not autonomous software. The article cited internal documents and interviews with former employees who described a workflow routed through ticketing systems and managed by real people in India. Builder.ai fired back, calling the story misleading and insisting they had always been clear about using a human-assisted AI model. The company's official statement doubled down, saying Natasha was never meant to be fully automated. The first public doubts were out in the open. Behind the digital face of Natasha, a different reality took shape. Internal records show that nearly 700 engineers, spread across offices in Delhi and Bangalore, handled the bulk of the work. Customer requests entered through the website were transformed into tickets, each one routed through Jira, then assigned by project managers to teams of developers. Slack logs captured engineers trading shift updates, handing off unfinished code at the end of long nights. Payroll summaries confirmed the scale. Hundreds of salaries paid out every month, a workforce far larger than anything described in the marketing. While Natasha handled the chat, real people wrote the code, fixed bugs, and built the apps line by line. The so-called AI was, in practice, a front end for a massive human operation. For every promise of instant, automated delivery, there were teams of engineers working behind the scenes, an expensive engine running under the surface, hungry for cash, and pushing the company's costs ever higher. Leaked invoices from 2022 and 2023 reveal a financial pattern that would later draw intense scrutiny. Builder.ai and Versi Innovation, an Indian tech company, sent each other matching bills, sometimes for millions of dollars at a time. The paperwork, signed off by both companies' finance heads, described software development services. But the amounts on each side lined up almost perfectly, creating a closed loop of money moving back and forth. In plain terms, round-tripping is when a company sells something to a partner, then buys something back for the same amount. It lets both sides record sales, even though no real business happened. On paper, revenue climbs. In reality, cash stays in the same circle. According to investigative reports, these reciprocal invoices totaled about $180 million. Auditors flagged the transactions, warning that they inflated Builder.ai's reported revenue without bringing in fresh money. Versi Innovation denied any wrongdoing, calling the arrangement legitimate consulting work. But as these circular deals piled up, creditors began to worry. The books looked strong until the flow of real cash slowed and the looming gap could no longer be ignored. In April 2025, Builder.ai's main lender froze $37 million in company cash, draining the last reserves overnight. The next month, Builder.ai filed for insolvency in a London court. Staff across Delhi, Bangalore, and London received abrupt layoff notices. About 1,000 jobs gone in a single week. Customers logged in to find their apps offline, their data suddenly out of reach. Some lost entire businesses in the outage. The company's servers flickered out, leaving only error messages behind. For employees and clients, the collapse was immediate and absolute. As the dust settled, investigators began to circle. In late 2024, federal prosecutors in New York served subpoenas demanding Builder.ai's internal records, customer lists, accounting ledgers, and executive emails. The FBI joined the effort. Across the world, India's Enforcement Directorate filed a criminal complaint in April 2026, naming Sachin Dev Dugal as a key beneficiary in an alleged money laundering scheme. Dugal has publicly denied all wrongdoing. Both investigations remain open, with no charges or convictions to date. In the rush to own the future, illusions can move billions. When AI hype outpaces reality, trust is the first casualty. In tech's gold rush, skepticism is the only real safeguard.